Hello ladies and gents, my name is Phil from Small Robot Tabletop Hobbies, and today I received in the post the brand new expansion for a role player. Oh, and I bought the coins to go with it. Stick around, we'll take a look what's inside the box. Well, this is what you get in the retail and the bonus coins. We'll take a look at the coins in a minute. Let's quickly open this box. So first things first, we have the expansion box. Here is the original game, and if you compare the two side by side, you can see the expansion is a little bit thinner to sit on the shelf. So a little bit smaller, but they're the same size, so they will stack nicely. Let's put that to one side. Right, let's see what we've got in the box. So box is good quality, as usual. Pop that to one side. We have the instruction booklet. So, yeah, the artwork looks, and the instructions look okay. And we have a play sequence shortcut on the back, which is always handy. Here we have the new heroes, new characters that you're going to be making. Various species, wasn't it? I believe, if I remember rightly, construct. Then we have the Wrathborn. So as usual, there's a male and female side to these boards. Dark Elves. And the Gnomes. Cardstock is, I think it's probably the same as the base game. Yeah, cardstock's really good. It's the same as the original game itself. And the tokens are nice as well. So cardstock's always good on Role Player. We have lots and lots of coloured dice. I think that's a first player token. Let's have a look. First player token or something along those lines. Some coloured cubes. A scoring pad. I don't think the original game came with one of those. More cards. So this game makes a difference because there's actually enemies to fight within the decks. So I mean, these are just dice. Do you see what the dice are like? You've got to have the base game in order to play this game. So you're already going to have a dice bag. These dice are, yeah, they're quite nice, all different colours, things like that, so nothing. They're just bog standard D6s with a bit of colour on them. Nothing too major there. Again, that's just slightly larger white dice, transparent. These cubes are to represent, I can't remember what it was. Let's have a quick look. Additional dice for your game bag. I'm assuming that's for a player count. So let's put that to the side, and I will quickly open these cards. And we'll have a quick look at some of the artwork and whatnot to see what we've got from that. So what have we got first? We have creatures in now. So these are, we now have minions. And this was part of the whole expansion that in roleplay you didn't really have to fight anybody. So you were creating a perfect character to go off and do adventures and things like that, but you never really fought anyone, or there was never any consequences. So you would build a character and it would have great strength and charisma and things like that, but you never did anything with the characters. Whereas they've tried to acknowledge that by doing various things. Like now you have to fight enemies, and there are multiple characters and stuff like that, like things these are all traits. That's a minion, so weapons, new minions, new traits. Oh, lots of new stuff in there. And the point is that when you come across a minion, you've now got some strength and dexterity and things like that, which you can actually try to use from your character. Cultists and all sorts of things, gargoyle. So this is what the cubes are for. I'll read the instructions. The artwork looks very good. I like the artwork, as usual. This is for additional players, I would imagine. Let's pop that there. These bigger cards, I don't know what these are. Let's have a quick look. Play sequence, so that's just a turn sequence card. And these are monsters rather than minions, so I would imagine these are things that are harder to actually get rid of and kill. So we have various monsters with HP and star power if you kill them, I would have thought. Yeah, dragon, so these are all the same. Looks like we have 3 of the Crimea Chimera and the Dragon. Are they the same? 30 plus? No, they're different. So they're different cards. So there's various monsters to go through. So that's more stuff which is in the expansion. And these smaller cards, player with the most. Yeah, so these are, oh, we've got locations now. So that there was never locations, I believe, before. There was just a class, backstory, and alignment. You didn't have location cards. So this one says location demon. The player with the most black dice on their character sheet gains 1 combat die. So again, there's now combat in this expansion, which changed things quite a lot. Cathedral. So these are all locations, I would imagine. Demon obstacles. So there's lots of things they've added to the actual game itself, but this has added quite a lot of stuff. Quite like the artwork. Everything's high quality again, all that sort of stuff. Nothing wrong there, I don't think. Anyway, that's what you get in the expansion to Roll Player. Oh no, I've forgotten about the coins, haven't I? Let's put this to one side. So what did we get coin wise? There's a load of 1s and a load of 5s, and these are ooh, yeah, really quite nice. So these are the 1s, and the 5s are very nice too. Nicely pressed, clean. Well, there we have it. That is Monsters and Minions, the first Roll Player expansion. So Roll Player is massively popular among solo gaming communities, and it's also it's not a bad game just to play as a quick dice chucker. It doesn't take too long to play. Couple of things wrong, personally. They sent out only 2 bags in the actual game box. There was 2 additional bags, or maybe 3 additional bags, and once you've punched all the tokens out of this expansion, all the boards had all their tokens punched out, you've got all the cards left over, which have nowhere to go. I'm assuming they might be thinking that you put it in with your core box, so that could be the case. I might just have to dig out the cards for the core box and stick them in, but at the moment I've got nowhere to store all of the cards that came in the expansion. They're just going to be loose in the box at the minute. I've probably got some cards somewhere that I can do it. Also, whilst I was punching the tokens out, the board ripped, which is rubbish, because normally when you've got lots of tokens in the board, you got to make sure that just a touch will make sure the token falls out, and I've got 2 of the boards ripped, and 3 of the boards were fine. So it wasn't in the way that I was punching them out in particular. I think it was just, well, a bit rubbish really, that the token gripped on and it ripped it. So I'm a bit disappointed about that. There was an additional bag of experience tokens in the box, so they sent out some in a normal little bag like this, and they sent about another 10 or so in a sealed bag. So I'm assuming they forgot, or there was a manufacturing mistake, so they sent more out. The first player token is nothing. It's like a really little cheap piece of wood. Really, it's properly light and there's nothing to it. So I don't know if I'll use that a lot. It's irrelevant. But the coins, I like the coins. Really good. Impressed with those. So hopefully, if you did buy the expansion, you got the coins, you'll probably be pleased with that. But anyway, that's what's inside the Monsters and Minions box. I'm going to go and read the instructions and learn how to play it with all of these monsters and beasties and minions. Funny enough. Did you buy this expansion? If you did, let me know what you think about it. This game is really good and it's quite good, bit mathy, but you're trying to work things out. Gets a little bit complex, but is a really good dice chucker. So if you did buy it, did your boards break like mine? Or are you a bit unhappy about that? If so, I might contact the developer and say I'm not particularly happy with that. I don't know. I could just glue it down and stop whinging, I suppose. Anyway, leave a comment below if you liked the video. If you did like the video, click the like button. That always helps. And if you're not a subscriber, do me a favor and click the subscribe button. My name's been Phil from Small Robot Tabletop Hobbies, and I will see you on the next video.